Pep, you like intensity and you work with a lot of intensity, but this week with Chelsea, PSG, and then Liverpool, can you just describe to us just how intense this week has been for you and your players?
Perfectly. Our level was so great, huge, you would say, in these two games. Despite of the result in France, the performance was excellent. Reviewing the game, the same as Stamford Bridge, and hopefully we can continue 9 more months ahead of us.
You finished 17 points above Liverpool last season. They were never really in the race, and I think many people are talking about both yourselves and Chelsea being in the race for the title this season. Do you believe that Liverpool are also in the race alongside you two?
And United, no?
And you believe United as well for 4, between the 4?
There are many.
Do you think
There are many.
Liverpool are back up there? Yeah.
What case, please? So, Liverpool, since I arrived here in the first year, maybe not, but since after the year that we won the 100 points, that they won the Champions League, Liverpool always was there. Last season they had a big problems for the many important injuries in the same position. Otherwise, would have been different. But and especially because we were excellent last season again. So the last 4 years, both teams, all the time we were there. That's why it's the biggest compliment that I think both clubs, organizations can have. That it doesn't matter what happened, all the time we were there, up there. And this is the most important thing. But Premier League, we know there are not just 1, 2. There are many, many teams that can fight for the Premier League.
Thank you, Keith. Simon Stone.
Hi, Pep. What is it like going head to head with Jurgen Klopp? He's obviously a big character in the same way that you are.
He helped me, or his teams. He helped me. His teams helped me to be a better manager. He put me another level to think about it, to prove myself, what I have to do to be a better manager, with our teams to try to beat them, and that is the reason why I am still in this business. A part of try to win the title is, and there are some managers, and Jurgen is one of them, that make a challenge to try to do a step forward, and I did it, or we did it in Germany, when we tried to face each other, because in Barcelona we could not face them or face him, and here in England, we are many years together, so many competitions, so we face many times. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but I think every game was nice because both teams have the same idea. So go up there to try to score goals in the different ways. He absolutely quicker than us, but in the same way to try to win the games.
Thank you, Simon. Ian Abrahams.
Hi Pep, how are you?
Good, thank you.
At the moment, 1 point separates the top 6 in the Premier League table. So do you think we're in for another title race, as when City won it with that Aguero moment in literally the last seconds of the season? And does it show the standard has risen considerably this year?
I start to see the table after 10, 12 fixtures. After I start to see the table. Now to be 1 point ahead, 1 point down, no, it's not important. This type of games, to win or win, is when you arrive in the finals, when you arrive in knockout stages. This is important. In that spirit is the way you play, and the feeling you have as a team, and this you have to continue. We reach a high level in the last weeks, especially these last 2 games, of course, but even before in some games. And this is what you have to continue. It's going to help you to be at the end in the last stages for all competitions, in the last month with fighting for the titles. Is the way you play, not the results you get right now. And of course, it's important to win in Anfield. I cannot deny it, but we know how difficult. Yes, last year was the first time since, I don't know, many years we were not able to do it. So we know exactly remains so difficult, but this is the challenge, and how nice it is again, like it was in Stamford Bridge, in France, and now to live these kind of games.
Thank you, Ian. Mike Minay.
Hi Pep, good afternoon. Just sort of building on that, I could be wrong, but I think I read in a book recently that you have a theory that you can't be more than 4 points behind the leaders after 8 games in a season. I just wondered, has last season and the way that last season started changed that perception for you, or do you still have that belief?
I never write a book, so I
thought I read it in a book about you. Sorry.
But so you have to ask the guy who write the book about me. Because I never thought about this theory. I'm so sorry for the writer, but that is the truth. So when you are 8 fixtures, 4 points behind, when you have I don't know how many millions points are still ahead of us to be played. So come on. So that is true. The first 10 games is important to don't go far away from the for the top of the leader. But anything can happen in one league. We were the year when we lost. We won the second Premier League in a row, back to back. We were 7 points behind Liverpool. Not now, maybe in January or February, something like that. So and we won the league. So now is the way we played. And now tomorrow, I'm not going to make a step back or 1 centimeter back about we are thinking the way we have to do. Just improve what we have to do. We can do a little bit better in some departments, but in general, right now the team is. I feel more happy than ever, for the way we behave and the way we played we play in the Stamford Bridge in Paris as a great team, as a real team, a great team, and this is what I like. And we're going to try not this Sunday in Anfield, the last 9th month. This is when it's my job, and I try to do it to the players.
Thank you, Mike. Paul Hurst.
Hi, Pep. You've had 14 different goal scorers this season, which seems a remarkably high number. Can you put your finger on why that is? Can you explain why that is, please?
Because or we do it in that way, or we are not able to do it. So we have to attack to the space, attack to the goal in the final third much more, with more people. So we don't have I said many times, a striker like where is something, have this smell, a special smell when the ball is around to the box, always is there to score a goal. We don't have this type of player. So we have to need it through the game. You have to do it with many people involving and everything responsible to score goals. And when it's going to happen, we're going to score goals, because always have been like this, and a team is always difficult to create chances. We create a lot against PSG, and a team like it's so difficult create one single chance. Like Chelsea, we create enough to score a goal. So, and this is what we try to continue to do.
Thank you, Paul. Tyrone Marshall.
Hi, Pep. Raheem Sterling will be going away with England again next week. He seems to be playing with a real confidence for England at the moment, but struggling to bring that back to Manchester City. Is there anything
Raheem played really good as a striker last game against PSG. He created incredible spaces for all of us. He created one special clear chances, like Donnarumma was exceptional saving, and another one with the left, and the movements he had that we needed in that specific game. With space, so quality, the start to 0 to pass to 0 to 100 movements, or speed, the 0 to 100, he did it exceptional.
Thank you, Tyrone. Dave McDonald.
Hi, Pep. You mentioned earlier how difficult it is to win at Anfield. I think it was 18 years. It was obviously until last season. That was obviously a factor. There were no fans in the stadium at Anfield. How much of a factor do you think that is in terms of the motivation they could have given Liverpool that day, and maybe the intimidation that they can give to other teams? I mean, do you think that was a major factor, and how different do you think it'll be with fans in again?
David, thank you so much to pull out the credit our victory last season in Anfield. We were so happy when you destroy my happiness right now because you don't give credit what we have done last season. I will never forgive you. Anyway, I'm very pleased that the Anfield is full again and the people there again to play a football game. So it's nice they come back and we can enjoy a fantastic atmosphere there, and hopefully we can handle it in a good way.
But does that show how a full Anfield can intimidate teams? I mean, obviously, it was a very rare situation last year that there were no fans and you won 4-1. Does that show how much of a motivation they can give Liverpool and how they can really almost intimidate other teams, or is that not a factor for you?
Listen, I'm pretty sure the players, they enjoy more to play with the fans in Anfield than without. Because everything is more alive, everything is more difficult. So when we don't win in Anfield, I don't know the reason. The last years, when 18 years ago, I was not there. The last 4 or 5 years, every time I was there, it's because it's an exceptional team. And the crowd helps, of course helps, yeah. Like in Paris, the people how was supporting, even we were dominating some parts of the game, they were supporting behind the teams, but that happened. So with bigger stadiums, I've been in Germany when I went to Dortmund, I went in Barcelona when I went to Madrid, Atletico Madrid or Valencia, and always the crowd was there and pushing a lot. So basically, it happened is difficult, not about for intimidation. I would say, I don't know, I was not a football player, I would say for the quality for the opponent. And when sometimes you don't win it's because they are so good. So we're going to try to do our game with the spectators and without the spectators. But yeah, last season we won.
Andy Hampson, please.
Hello, Pep. Can I just check on the squad, please? Any new fitness problems at all after Paris?
No, everyone is fit except Zinchenko and Gundogan.
And on Zinchenko, when can you expect him back?
Expect both after international break, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Sam Lee.
Hi, Pep. You were saying there about Raheem playing so well through the middle the other night in Paris. He's played on the left for the past couple of years, and in the 100-point season, he was more on the right. He can obviously play in a lot of different positions, but not too much on the right recently. Is that because his game's changed? Does the team need different areas? Is there something else?
No, he can play there, but to start the season, Gabriel there in that position that they play really, really good. For that game, we need especially guys like with his one-against-ones with Jacques and Riyad could attract more opponents to the PSG players to create spaces in other areas. And we need more specific, but we need a guy who runs in behind from right to left. Raheem is the best that we have in our squad. It depends sometimes of the opponents, of the way we want to attack, or the specific players that we need. Sometimes we need a specific quality for that. But I would say Raheem can play good in right, 100 points, play good, incredible, good in left with 98. And as a striker, always have the sense, the movements, always create something for himself in front of the goal. So like Ferran, both are so good making the movements in behind in that game, especially the way he trained in the last week. So I thought he was able to do good performance that he has done.
Next we go to Paul Ballas.
Hiya, Oliver.
Hi.
You have been talking always about how difficult is the Champions League, even how tough is getting through like the group stage. And sometimes people might say that in the past you overreact with those comments. What do you think now when you see Real Madrid or FC Barcelona with the result that they got? Does it surprise you?
No. The fact is always that they are not agreed, but always underestimated what the teams does or do. So that's why I'm not surprised about, cannot be agree with me, but I'm there from 12 years playing Champions League every season, and I know how evolve or how rise, how grew up this competition. And it's not a surprise that every game can be dangerous. So even for the higher kids teams, always are difficult. So and can happen. So But when normally some teams win because it's easy and try to underestimate your effort, and that's why I said many times, when you qualify for the Champions League next season, you have to celebrate it, and when you go to the last 16, you have to celebrate it. When you win in a group stage, you have to celebrate it, because I know everything is so difficult today, so difficult.
Thank you, Paul. Jack, go on.
Merci.
Hey, but you said before that you're happier than you've ever been. What have you seen from the team that makes you feel that way? Because it's quite a big statement, given you've broken so many records, won 3 league titles.
But the way we played the last 2 games make me so satisfied what we have done. Of course, I am incredibly happy when we won the Premier League, but in this type of period, when Kevin De Bruyne is training just 2 weeks and Phil Foden just 2 weeks, and we have an important players injured, and we come back incredibly late, after how we overcome some situation even in that period, the level of the consistent and the way we played in that 2 games is so good. So that's why it makes me happy than ever, because I know how difficult. But it's not part of compare about what we have done in the past. The past, what we live was, always will remain in our hearts and what we have done. But you have to try to do it again and again, and know exactly the team where it come from, like we have done last season, that always almost impossible to do it better, so difficult. So still we have many details we have seen that still we are there after 6 years together. So, and that's why made me so proud to my players, and always I said to them, I cannot words to express the sense of gratitude, I would say, the sense of compliment, the way we played these 2 games. That's why we just to continue to do it. This is the target.
Thank you, Jack. Last question for the embargo from Vaishali Bardwaj.
Hi, Pep. Just going back to Liverpool, of course, there's been some classic matches between City and Liverpool in recent times, particularly in that 2018-2019 season. How much do you feel that those matches have helped shape the rivalry and competitiveness between the 2 clubs?
For Man City, it's an honor to be a rival for Man City. I'm from Liverpool. I'm pretty sure decades ago we were not rival to them, but since many years we try to compete against this legendary club, and for us it's an honor. Hopefully for them too. So, but for us it's an honor to be rivals, because it means we are there competing against, one of the more historic teams in England alongside United. So, and that's nice for us.
Okay, thanks guys. We'll run an embargo, please. 10:30 on Saturday evening. I'm going to start with Mike McGrath. I'm just going to promote you, Mike. 1 second.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Have you had any clarity on the Brazilian players that you've got, and whether they will go with the national team, have been called up, and whether they'll have to quarantine when they get back?
Michael, not yet. I don't have the real answer. Hopefully they can go to national teams, and hopefully they come back and play with us. This is the common sense will happen, and for that we need the Premier League, the governments from here, Brazil, Argentina, whatever, to solve this problem, to avoid what happened. So we won't leave our players go to national team. The players want to go there. So, but at the same time, when they come back, they have to play with us. So otherwise, I don't know what is the solution. So hopefully, that's why they are there. No, so we are there when the referee said, "Okay, you start the game." But they are there to solve this conflict. That is still right now, I don't know what is the situation.
Okay, next we go Jamie Jackson.
Hi, Pep. First of all, you can hear me, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon to you, sir. Just with regard to your goal scorers having 13 or 14, what do you do if this dries up? Because you say, and it's true, you don't have a number 9 who can smell the chances. Is this a bit of a gamble? Do you have a plan B? How could you solve this?
What would be the plan B? Buy 2 strikers for 250 millions? We cannot do it. So we have to play better. Play better, write more people in the box. So there is one secret in football. The biggest strikers in the world score the goals because they are in front of the goal. So there is no secrets. So once we are there, you have to be the quality to put it in the net. You know that? But it's impossible to score goals if you are not close to the box. It's a question of mathematics, for sure, physical. And that's what you have to do. So make the process when we arrive there, try to finish in front of the goal. This is what we have to try to do.
Okay, Jamie. Phil Thomas, please.
Hello, Pep. Just on that same thing, you've played really well in Paris. You did everything apart from score. Does that ever concern you that you're not scoring, or is it that you won't worry until the time comes when you're not actually creating the chances in the first place?
What I want to provide to the team is create the chances, make the process defensively, offensively, to be there as much as time and create the chances. And after that, there are momentum. Sometimes you arrive there, you don't realize that you score 3, 4, or 5 goals, and say, "Wow, we scored 3, 5 goals when we were not scoring." Even the top strikers, they have moments that they don't score a goal. So sometimes what you have to do is play better. We are in a high level in the way we play, but still we play better.
You hear a lot about before the biggest of games. You hear of players who get really nervous before them. What about managers? What are you like before the games against your biggest rivals? Are you nervous, excited, or are you just happy for them to worry about City? Can you ever actually enjoy these games when they're going on?
Absolutely. And all these kind of feelings has to be there. The excitement, the nervous, the pressure, the emotions. Yeah. If you don't have that feelings in important games like it was the previous ones or will be this one, is because this business is not for you. So we sleep not maybe better the day before and no sleep better or good when after the result was not good or the performance was not good. This is what you have to live this life. If it doesn't matter, you go there like you were to the restaurant with friends, it's because it's not for you.
Do you get as nervous as a manager as you did as a player?
I have it, of course, before the game. And certain things was going to happen, if the plan would be good. Yeah, otherwise, if you don't feel that, you are not for the business. You have to feel it.
Okay, thanks, Phil. Next we go to Dave Mooney.
Hi, Pep. I just wanted to ask about, again, just looking at Anfield and going there in your previous visits, there's been a couple of occasions where you've come under a lot of pressure in a short space of time, and 2 or 3 goals have been conceded in one spell. And then when you look at the victory there last season, 3 of City's goals came in a short spell as well. In these sorts of games, how do you deal with those moments of pressure? Do you have a plan to kind of cope with when you do come under immense pressure in these games?
No, because I never know. I don't know who's going to score in a few minutes, in a few spell of time, like you say. So I don't know. I said the first season, like we played there, like we lost 1-0, goal to Wijnaldum. The game was not good. That we didn't play. The rest we were. I would say real good. Even losing 3-0 in Champions League, I know perfectly the way we played. It's difficult to score the play. We played the second one, and many games we show incredible personality playing there. So I'm not concerned about that. Even sometimes when it's not possible, it's because the opponent is good. So we know each other quite well. I know what he's going to do. I think he knows what we're going to do. This is not the first time. Fixture away in Anfield is always the toughest one, so we know it, and they are good in many. Otherwise, we have not been like us many years in the last years, especially in the Premier League, being up there. So the last 2, 3, 4 years, City, Liverpool, City, we were there. So all the time, and that is I think the biggest compliments we can get as a club. I've said many times, so it's the best. So, and we want to try still continue to be there, going highs and lows in seasons. Always happen, and yeah, we are going to prepare today and tomorrow to face this nice game, and after international break for staff and backroom staff, unfortunately not for the players, and come back stronger for the October month.
Thank you, David. Last couple of questions, Ian Whittle and then Neil Moxley.
Hi, Pep. Liverpool is sort of one of the few teams that can compare with you the last few years in terms of their attacking play and the sheer number of goals they create and number of goals they score. I just wondered what sort of problems they present as an attacking force for you to defend against, and also if you could talk a little bit about Mo Salah, who's obviously been kind of central to that Liverpool attacking system for a few years now.
Why they don't play? They is a team that loves to pick the attack space. So they, a little bit Salah play wider sometimes, but he likes these spaces from Alexander Arnold and from Robertson, and they attack a space. So they create a lot of gaps because their movements in behind and they are wider from the fullbacks, and after they create a lot of spaces in the middle. So with high intensity in all senses. Typical teams from Jurgen, from the school from Red Bull in that term. So fantastic teams in that. And I said many times, when this type of teams, they are many years like us, doing good things, staying all the time there and difficult to beat and playing, and winning a lot of games, is because they are good. Not try to look for many secrets, So it's because they are good. They won one Champions League, they won one Premier League. So and so it's because in all the time they are playing, competing. It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter competition. And always I said, so I'm admire from Jurgen for that. It doesn't matter what happened. They try to do their game. They try to do whatever happened, and he knows. They know that we are the same. So it doesn't matter what happened, we go with the mistakes, with the weak points, but it doesn't matter. So we are who we are as a team. Man City is they are who we are as a team. We are going to go in this way. So it's going good, great. It's going bad, improve. So I don't know another way to do it. And the last years it works. We're going to try to do it again.
Neil Moxley.
Hi Pep. Rodri's performance last week against Chelsea was highlighted as being crucial to the victory at Stamford Bridge. There's all sorts of comparisons being made with the likes of Busquets. And do you think he's at that level at the moment? I just wondered how you would evaluate his progress.
And sometimes the players when come in one place and they are in the beginning they start well, and after they're high and lows, and sometimes when a player like him is so young, 22, 23 years old, is because is he improving because he's accept, or he has the willingness to say I can do better, and listen, and not tell him you have to do it because I'm saying you have to do it. Try to understand why it's better do this than do that. Where are the spacers and defensively, offensively. And when he has the willingness to improve, to listen and say, I can do it, like some periods in that period maybe was not able to do it, now he's able to do it, the results are there. I think even his margin to improve is absolutely higher. And all the time depend on them, on the players, especially with Rodri. And of course, I completely agree with you. So the last games he played was magnificent in terms of presence, but with the ball as well, not just to be there for a typical holding midfielder, like just defend. It's so important in our process, but I still have the feeling that he can improve. Still he can make us play even better. And we are here to help him. If he's able to accept the challenge, he will become an exceptional holding midfielder all his career.
Okay, thank you guys. Can I ask you just a further question? A couple of years ago you had a nasty experience when you were on the bus going to Anfield. Would you hope they'd sorted all that out now?
Hopefully. I wish it's not going to happen never ever again. Hopefully.
How bad was it for you?
You cannot imagine. But I'm pretty sure the Liverpool police and the Liverpool people understood the situation is going to happen again.
Okay, thank you, Neil.